Hello guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy any holiday you are celebrating this time of year, because this is my Christmas video and I want to just give all my subscribers a happy holiday, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, if that's celebrated at this time of year, I don't know. Happy holidays to all of you guys out there who have subscribed to my channel. And I just wanted to say Merry Christmas as well, just because that's my holiday, the holiday I celebrate. But anyway, happy holidays to all of you out there, because it is the Christmas time and it is the holiday time, it's the holiday season where everybody's just buying crazy amounts of stuff. Be it Yu-Gi-Oh cards, being presents, but that's not what the true meaning of Christmas is, guys. It's not. It's being with your families, or saying, or giving holiday cheers to all of you. So, for my Christmas video, I wanted to say Merry Christmas to you guys. This will be out on Christmas Day. I'm making this on a Saturday because I can't make it on a Friday because that's Yu-Gi-Oh Day, or playing Yu-Gi-Oh Day. But Merry Christmas to all of you guys out there. Happy holidays. I'll personally be celebrating as well, so wish me a Merry Christmas as well, and happy holidays to you all. But let's get into this video, because this video isn't just about Christmas. This video is about something else. It's about Banlist season, and Banlist season is coming up with the ban list that said it will be no sooner than January. So I wanted to make my Christmas video a ban list prediction video, because it's Banlist season, it's Christmas season, holiday season, and I just wanted to do the two together, because it's Banlist season, it's holiday season, works. But yeah guys, this is my ban list prediction video for you guys, just so you know this is a possibility, and this is what Konami could actually do for our ban list. Now remember, these are my predictions, this doesn't necessarily will come true, but I feel like some stuff on this list can come true. So, without further ado, let's get into this ban list prediction video. So, stuff that I think will be banned. The first thing that I think will be banned is Maximum C. Now, Max C is a card that I feel like will be banned purely on the status that it's an unfair card. The card itself is, oh, I drew this card. I'm going to discard this card and get multiple draws, just so my opponent will either end their turn or give me draws. Simple basis of the card. You don't have Ash? Well, I'm drawing a ton of cards. You don't want to give me a ton of cards? Well, you end your turn. It's a card that states that it means it can stop turns unfairly, and that's something I don't like about the card. The card has been able to single-handedly win YCSs, or win regionals, or locals, or tournaments, or anything, just because it says draw cards. And being able to give your, when I drop this card on your opponent either has a choice. They're either going to give you like 5 or 10 cards, 5 to 10 cards, just because they wanted to draw, just because they wanted to build a board to stay somewhat safe. But with those 10 cards, your opponent can probably break that board, or or give your opponent a way to, or just stop your turn, and then your opponent can it will have the chance to FTK you, make their own board, just be able to destroy you, so you are unable to play. Like, that's the problem with Max C. It's a card that literally stops turns and either gives your opponent, and it gives you, as a player, tons of advantage over your opponent, and that's the problem with the card. It's a card that will generically give you advantage while taking away advantage from your opponent, and that is something unfair to me in the game. And I feel like Max C, because of this, Konami will ban the card, just because it's been able to take so many events that the card doesn't deserve to be where it is. So, but personally, I feel like they should just unban it. But this is Konami, and I feel like Konami are more on the line of ban this card. This card is degenerate, and yeah, so that's what I feel about the card. But on that note, there is one more card that I feel like will be banned, and that card is Grinder Golem. Grinder Golem is a card that I feel like Konami, they've kept under their radar for a while. They know it exists. They know it exists from the OCG and what's happening in the OCG and all the videos that are coming from YouTubers and stuff. But as I said in my video on Konami Fixes Banlist, I feel like the card should be limited. But knowing Konami, they don't like degeneracy in the game from at least their really old cards. And seeing as Grinder Golem is one of the oldest cards in the game, going so far back to, I believe, GX, or yeah, not the oldest cards in the game, I think it comes from GX era. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But it coming back from all the way back from at least GX era at the earliest. It's a card that has not given Konami any money. It's a card that promotes degeneracy in the game, and I feel like Konami seeing this will be like, oh, this card's not giving us any money, it's creating degeneracy in our game. Let's ban this card before it becomes a big problem. I just feel like Konami in general will ban the card right away just to stop the card from becoming a major problem. Because if this card becomes a problem in the TCG, all we're going to be seeing is link spam where you summon a Grinder Golem, you get 2 tokens, you make an action, you return the Grinder Golem, you summon the Grinder Golem, you make a Security Dragon for when we get the Security Dragon, you compulse the Grinder Golem, you make the Firewall, then you just keep on going, and it's just not fair in my opinion, like being able to do all of this from one card. And I feel like Konami will have some sense and hit this card. Obviously there's no guarantee this will happen, but knowing Konami, they'll hit this card right away out the bat. They did it to stuff like Tyrant Neptune, they did it to just stuff like to Grand Soil, they've done it to they've done it just so much. They've just done it just so many different things that I could actually see this card getting the axe right away. But yeah, that's all I have for ban cards. Grinder Golem, definitely one that Konami need to look at, definitely need to hit. But yeah, that's all I got for ban cards. Maxi, Grinder Golem, I don't really see them banning anything else. I feel like they're going to be fine with everything else. They won't ban anything else because there's no really need to ban everything else. So, anything else. So, that's for my bans. Let's go on to my limited section. And for unlimited, limited, let's talk about the first card that I wanted to say, which is going from ban to limited, Elemental Hero Stratos. Now, why am I talking about Stratos in this way? Well, Stratos, in my opinion, can easily come back to 1 now. Heroes are doing absolutely bugger all. So, they do not need to be hit like this anymore. They will, if they can bring back Stratos just fine. The card is not busted, plus with the new Warrior Link monster coming out, it will support that deck in that way, and with the new Hero Link monster coming out soon, it will support the heroes a lot more. So I feel like Konami giving us this support will somewhat bring back the Elemental Hero Stratos, because this is a time where it can be brought back, and it's just like, I feel like Konami, seeing that they're giving us a generic warrior support, they're giving us a Hero Link monster, they can bring back Stratos to 1 just fine, and it will be good for us to play the game. So one Elemental Hero Stratos back in the TCG, I feel like that's possible, but later on in the video I have a card that I feel like will go to semi-limited because of it as well. So, 1 Stratos, I feel like Konami would be fine with that. But the next card that we're talking about is Performer Power Skullcrobat Joker back to 1. Why do I feel like Performer Power Skullcrobat Joker will go back to 1? Well, coming in Extreme Forces, we have a new Link monster, the Pendulum Link monster for Heavy Metal Foes Electrum. And with this card coming out, I feel like Konami will realize that you can't have pendulums with this card at max power. So if they leave this deck at max power, I feel like this deck will go from Spirals, which is the best deck from Pendulum Magicians that will just skyrocket, because this is where Spirals are right now. This is where Magicians are right now. With Electrum, they go off the screen. And I feel like, seeing that Konami aren't idiots all the time, they will hit Pendulum Magicians in a way that it will make the deck somewhat playable, somewhat competitive still, but not super competitive to the point where it's just the amazingest, best deck ever. So, in my opinion, Skullcrawler Joker will go from 3 to 1 very easily, just to stop that 1 point, just to stop their deck being the most powerful of all decks. But yeah, that's my reasoning for that, really, because with Electrum coming out, I feel like Konami will want to deal with the problem before it becomes a problem. So yeah, next on the list though, we have Spiral Resort to 1. I feel like Konami will hit Spiral Resort to 1 just because it will hurt the deck enough that the deck will just be like a tier 2 base deck. It won't be amazing, it won't be super powerful. They'll lose their Master Plan play really easy, because if they draw the Resort, they can't use the Master Plan. And also, the deck really does revolve around the free field spells, just gaining as many searches as possible to be able to build your board. So I feel like with Last Resort, Last Resort is the card that they will hit to 1 to keep the deck somewhat playable still, but just to hit the deck in a way where it goes down in tier instead of just being completely wiped out, because I feel like that would be the way to actually hit the deck instead of just outright killing it. Because as we know from BA, Konami don't like to destroy TCG exclusives, so this is what I could see happening. But yeah, Spiral Resort is a very easy target in my opinion, so yeah, very easy target in my opinion. Let's go on to the next card though. The next card that I think is going to come back from ban to 1 though is Premature Burial. Now, why Premature Burial? Premature Burial is an equipped spell that you pay 800 life points and you special summon a monster from your graveyard. Now, as we all know, they did previously release the super gold version of Premature Burial that you need to like banish a copy of a card or something to use it. But I feel like Premature Burial is not as broken as people think. Premature Burial only summons from your graveyard. It casts them from your opponents, and it's a equipped spell, so it can be hit by Cosmic Cyclone, MST, and any other sort of back row removal. And you have to pay life points. So I feel like with Premature Burial being one of the weakest summoning cards from the graveyard, just for the fact that, sure, it can attack the turn it was summoned, sure, it could be a link monster that has high link rating, but this card in general, it's not stupid at all. The card just says, pay 800 life points, summon from the graveyard, equip this card to it. Like, that isn't a stupid card in my opinion. So, and I know you guys are probably saying, Snatch Steal, that wasn't a quick spell, but Snatch Steal stole your opponent's monsters. That's completely different. And I feel like Konami will see that this card isn't a real problem anymore, and they'll just bring it back to 1, because the card isn't a big threat, it isn't a big problem, it isn't really crazy, and it's sure it can support, and it supports decks that really do need that extra oomph from the graveyard, that extra oomph to play the game. So I feel like Premature Burial coming from 1 limp ban to 1 is quite possible in the eyes of Konami. Like, the card's been on there for years, the card isn't stupid, and it just really would make sense for it to come from ban to 1 now that the card isn't so powerful. Because remember, this card was banned back in the day, I believe, in GOAT format, or somewhat point later. I haven't actually looked up the history of this card, but I do know that it's not stupidly broken anymore. But this card was banned, was probably one of the cards banned from GOAT format because it was able to bring back Jinzo, it was able to bring back Last Warrior, I believe. It was able to bring back so many cards. So, in my opinion, this card isn't a stupid card anymore, and it can easily go from banned to 1. But yeah, I could see Konami doing that very easily in my eyes. But yeah, for the next card that I feel like will be limited though is Scapegoat. Now, why do I think Scapegoat will go instantly from free to limited? Well, it's the token mechanic. The token mechanic in general is very, very stupid. being able to single-handedly create something such as a Borreload, such as a Firewall Dragon, all from one card, and it's really stupid in that opinion. Like, Scapegoat is a card that, sure, it's a very powerful card, and it is a card that, sure, you have to wait a turn to use, but this card can be used in so many different ways. It can be used as a wall. You feel like you're going to die, you can summon 4 sheep tokens. You want to use this during your opponent's end phase. I'm going to summon 4 cheap tokens, then during my turn I'm going to make a Borreload or a Firewall, and it's just like, Scapegoat in general is a very, very powerful card that where it is now, I feel like we've come back into a new GOAT format, because I see a lot of decks playing Scapegoat, and that isn't really healthy. That isn't really healthy for the game, to just everybody playing free of Scapegoat just to be able to play the game. Like, I feel like we've hit a new GOAT format era where we're going to see a lot more Scapegoat, and I feel like Konami will realize this and realize how broken the card is, and just instantly limit it again, put some sort of restriction on it, just so you're able to restrict the token mechanic. So I feel like Konami will go from Scapegoat from being 3 to 1, just because it's a token mechanic, and they really do, and you really should start hitting the token mechanic, seeing as link monsters are a problem when it comes to that state. But yeah, next card to be limited, it's another Pendulum card, and that is Time Pendulum Graph. Time Pendulum Graph is obviously the most broken card in Pendulum Magicians, being able to target your own trap card, and your own Magician card, and one card your opponent controls, and if one of them aren't even destroyed, then you get to instantly send anything to the graveyard. I feel like Konami will easily hit this card to 1. I know it's searchable, so it won't really hurt anyone as much, seeing as it's searchable, but at least if you get rid of that 1 copy, your opponent won't be able to. You won't be able to have another copy later on to search out with Double Iris or Pendulum Call. Wait, no, not Pendulum Call. Sorry, or with Double Daughters Alliance. So I could easily see Konami limiting Time Pendulum Graph, just seeing as it's one of the most powerful cards in Pendulum Magicians, single-handedly. And single-handedly the best trap card in the game, also in my opinion. So I feel like they're going to limit Time Pendulum Graph just because it is a very, very stupid card in my opinion. And the card it's a card that they should hit to weaken the Pendulum matchup as well, seeing as they're getting Heavy Metal Force Electrum, which just skyrockets them. But yeah, that's Time Pendulum Graph to 1. The next card and the final card that I feel like will be limited is Trickstar Reincarnate. Personally, I would want to see this card banned, because I feel like being able to cheese combo your opponent is very, very bad. Just being able to drone lock after your opponent's reincarnate, drone lock. Sorry, just being able to reincarnation after they search, then drone lock to make them have no hand. It's very, very degenerate in my opinion. And having that searchable is not really fair. But I feel like Konami, seeing as they're trying to go a different way of Trickstars, I feel like they will just straight up limit the card Trickstar Reincarnation, just because it's what they did in the OCG, so it's quite obvious that they did it there. But I could see them also doing it here, just because it will give Trickstars still a playability, because without Reincarnation they aren't really able to play the game. So I feel like limiting Reincarnation will be the main focus of their plays, and I don't think they will really do anything else other than limit Reincarnation in my opinion. So Reincarnation to 1 is the only other card limited in my opinion. Let's go on to the cards that I think will be semi-limited. So, for cards that I feel like will be semi-limited, the first one is Wisdom Eye Magician. Now, this is the last card that I feel like Konami would hit for Pendulum Magicians. Semi-limiting this card, I feel like, is the best possible option for the card. Seeing as they would limit, in my opinion, they would limit Skullcrusher Joker and they would limit Time Pendulum Graph, I feel like Wisdom Eye would have a hard semi-limit, just because the card, sure, it is insanely good, just if you open 2, but if you semi-limit the card, it makes its chance of opening 2 really hard. And also, if you semi-limit it, the deck will still be able to play the game. Sure, if you didn't semi-limit it and you limited it, sure, the deck could still play. But I feel like if you limit this card it really takes a bunch of power from the deck. And even with a Heavy Metal Force Electrum, you won't be able to recover from that power. So in my opinion, the last card that I think Konami will hit in Magicians is Wisdom Eye Magician. on the fact that the card is, sure, it can be insanely broken, but taking away all the power from magicians, it's not really something I want Konami would do, in my opinion. Taking away all the power from one deck in one fell swoop, unless it's literally tier 0 capability, such as Pepe was or such as Spyro was, I don't think Konami would do that. So, semi-limiting Wisdom Eye, in my opinion, is the choice that Konami will make, I believe, but there's no guarantee. They could just hard limit it. Next, though, is Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. I feel like if they bring Stratos back to 1, they will semi-limit Shadow Mist just to take away one of our Shadow Mists, or even limit Shadow Mist, but I feel like they'll go with the semi-limit, because heroes aren't really doing anything. So, I feel like they will semi-limit Shadow Mist if we get Stratos back to 1. I feel like this would be a fair trade, in my opinion. Just taking away one of our Shadow Mists to give us one Stratos. I feel like that would be a fair trade, but if they see problems with Stratos, they'll probably do a lot more, such as maybe take away 2 Bubble Man, or take away even another Shadow Mist. Like, I could see that happening because heroes, they have been shown to pro dominance in the past, and they always show up in the format. But I feel like they would take away 1 Shadow Mist for 1 Stratos. I feel like that's what Konami would do to, you know, give us Stratos back. Next, though, the next card that I feel like that will be semi-limited is Terraforming. Now, I know that people think that Terraforming should be straight up limited or banned, but in my opinion, I feel like Konami is going to test the waters here. I feel like they are going to semi-limit the card, though sure won't do as much, but the card itself is unsearchable, so, you know. And semi-limiting the card means that they do take away some consistency from all these field spell-based decks. So I feel like they would semi-limit the card to just be able to take away some sort of power from these field spell-based decks and make it a little more fairer on that side. Sure, they could straight up limit or ban it, but in my opinion, Konami will have some sense and semi-limit the card. Just to test the waters with it, see what happens with the card at 2. If it's still very broken, then I feel like they'll go straight to limiting the card or banning the card. But right now, I feel like they would test the waters with Terraforming at 2 and just see what happens from there. But yeah, Terraforming to 2, in my opinion, that's a very high chance. Next, the next 2 cards, I just feel like they're not doing anything, so they should come back to 2 at least. And the first one is Book of Moon. I feel like Konami should easily bring back Book of Moon to 2. The card does nothing in the game right now. It's not doing anything in the game, so I could easily see Book of Moon going from 1 to 2. That's the same with the next card, Evacuation Compulsory Evacuation Device. Card that does absolutely nothing, and it's like, why is the card up 1 in the first place? I could easily see this card going from 1 to 2, simply because the card does nothing at all. So yeah, Compulse, it's a card that I feel like really should go from 1 to 2. The card does absolutely nothing, so it's a card that I could easily see going from 1 to 2, same with Book of Moon. They do absolutely nothing in the game, they do absolutely nothing in general right now, so seeing them from where they are and the standpoint that they are at, the cards can easily go from 1 to 2. Both of them, Book of Moon and Compulsory Activation Device, I can see them both going to 2. There's no reason for them not to. But yeah, guys, I have no cards that I feel like should be banned, though. I mean, unlimited. I don't really feel like there's any cards in the game right now that should be unlimited, unless you want to go with Book of Moon Compulsory Activation Device, but I don't think Konami would do that. But guys, that is the Banlist prediction video. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that these cards could be semi-limited? Do you think these cards could be banned? Do you think these cards could be unlimited? What is your opinions, guys? I'd like to hear your opinions in the comment section below. What's your specific Banlist predictions by Konami? Tell me that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this Banlist prediction video, though, make sure you hit the like button to show that you enjoyed it, to show that you like these Banlist prediction videos that I do every Banlist season. And yeah, if you enjoyed the Yu-Gi-Oh video, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to get notifications of future Yu-Gi-Oh content, press the notification button as well. And yeah, guys, Merry Christmas to you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a happy holiday, have a happy New Year, and a Merry Christmas to you all, guys. Robot1, signing out. Please, Konami, do a lot of these changes. Bye, guys. Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and check out the links in the description for the previous video, and the link to my Facebook page where you can see previous videos that I've posted there, and any other information that I may have posted there. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.